One Fight Night 28 takes place this Saturday, the 8th of February at 3 a.m. South African time. It is live on Prime Video as well as the One Championship YouTube page. We are seeing Prajanchai, the two-sport champion, defending his strawweight Muay Thai title against the up-and-coming Ellis Badr Barboza. All this and more in Fighting with Friends. So welcome back everybody to Fighting with Friends. It's your boy, Brother Gaia. Today I'm going to do a breakdown video of One Fight Night 28 Prajanchai versus Barboza. Let me get straight into it. But before I do that, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like our content. We are growing as we go through this year of 2025. I'm loving that we're getting a lot of comments and a lot of likes and shares. So yeah, thank you for that. Keep up the support. We are working on some things where we can make this a lot more engaging with you. It's watching our content on this platform. Okay, let me get straight into it. This is One Championship's first fight night of the year. It's a massive card, like I said, it's a Prime Video. It is one of the most compelling, one of the most amazing fighters to watch in Prajanchai. He is the two-sport champion in kickboxing and Muay Thai, and that is in the strawweight division. He's taking on an up-and-comer, a very young, vibrant character in the Muay Thai world right now, and that is Ellis Badr Barboza. I think I'm saying it right. Ellis Badr Barboza. The young lad's only 24 years old. He has two fights in the One Championship. Prior to that, he's obviously been cleaning up the scene in the UK. But in the One Championship, he's got one win, one loss. The one win coming against one of the fighters that's on this fight card in Alif. That fight went to a split decision. And the one thing that's nice about Ellis Badr is that he's got this no fear factor. He goes in there, he's not afraid to go up against anybody. I like that about him. He's got a little bit of the reach and height advantage in this fight. He's a very good power puncher. He fights off both stances, but usually fights out of the orthodox stance. He's got good push kicks to the obliques is really nice. What he's best known for is obviously to get you back up against the ropes and starts throwing those traditional boxing combinations with a lot of power. I mean, he knocks people out. Very, very strong. Like I say, he's got that. He's that new wave of strikers coming into the world of martial arts, if you will. Same way people are talking about Ilia Topuria as the new wave of athletes and fighters and combat athletes. I think Ellis Badr is considered to be in that level. But he's going up against probably one of the greatest fighters in strawweight division. That is Prajanchai, a two-sport champion, in Muay Thai and kickboxing currently. So he's defending both titles. He's a little older, he's 30 years old, but still very much in his prime. His record in the One Championship is 6 wins, 1 loss, 0 no contests. Obviously, outside of the One Championship, he's fought pretty much the who's who, I'm not mistaken, over 400 professional bouts. So he's been doing it for many, many years and he's got championships in different organizations. So Prajanchai is the guy. And I became a fan when I first saw him fight. And I got to say, I don't speak about him enough as much as I do about Rodtang, Superlek, Haggerty, Takeru, some of the really elite strikers, Regan Ursel. These are the guys that are like top of the food chain, and then you have Prajanchai, which I don't speak about that much, but I think that's because I don't see him fight that often. He fights not as much as the other guys, but he does fight a lot, considerably. But when he does fight, I'm gonna tell you something. He gets the crowd pumped, and what I like about him is that he's always the shortest guy when he goes into the ring. But he just, I don't know, he fights like he's the biggest fella. He's got he's got this no fear factor as well. And I think for that, Ellis Badr is probably gonna come up against something where it's gonna be a really good lesson for him. Granted, if he gets the knockout, I'll eat my words, which I don't think is gonna happen. But if he does, well done to him, but I don't really see it happening. Prajanchai, I think he's only got knocked out once since his injection into the One Championship, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check that quickly. He got a TKO. Joseph Lasiri beat him by a TKO. That was very early on, and then obviously he got that fight back, and then it wasn't even a contest when he got that fight back. So yeah, Prajanchai, like I said, 30 years old, 2 wins by KO in the One Championship, beating Jonathan Diabella by unanimous decision in his last fight, and also Joseph Lasiri by KO before that. And I got that next to his name written down as elite striker, and that's exactly the best way to describe Prajanchai. He's the elite striker. Doesn't often switch stances that much, but when he does switch a stance, you can expect him to throw a very cool switch kick to the body, maybe switch kick to the head. But most times he's fighting out of the southpaw stance and out of the orthodox stance, and throws heat, man. Gets in very close, drops very good elbows, kicks very hard to the legs, set up those elbows again, loves to fight out of the clinch. You know that PK Sanchez fighters. That one tries another one. You can kind of see how they game plan for fighters. They kick extremely hard. If that's not working, they love to go to the boxing combinations. If that's not working, they can go to clinch work and they can elbow from any kind of position. And Prajanchai is exactly that. It's a very cool blueprint that the PK Sanchez fighters have developed out of that gym, and it's fascinating to see how it's almost one of the most unbeatable styles in the one championship. So I'm gassing up a lot of Prajanchai here, and there's obviously a reason why the one championship has given Ellis Badr Barboza the title shot. I'm a bit surprised. I think that's because Prajanchai beat two of the top guys in Jonathan Diabella and Joseph Lasiri. So who next? You know what I mean? Who next? If I actually pull up the rankings, strawweight, Muay Thai. Why don't I have the strawweight Muay Thai division rankings on the website? That's weird. They have strawweight MMA, but anyway, that's a bit strange, which kind of makes me feel like maybe they don't have a full roster, but there are some cool strawweight fighters. So I would just go and say Badr is a hot prospect. He's obviously got good knockout power. He's very fun to watch, but I think he's going to come up short against the skill set and the experience of Prajanchai in this one. So I won't be surprised if Prajanchai ends the fight somewhere in the later rounds. But the one thing about Prajanchai, though, if he gets put into a firefight, he doesn't shy away from it. So I think if Barboza tries to headhunt and kind of make the fight a bit of a dogfight, take the fight to Prajanchai, which would be something that could work, but he could get caught into a firefight that Prajanchai just might put him away. But I think that might be the key to victory for Badr. I'm saying out loud. I think that might be the key to victory for him, is to actually make it a bit of a car crash. Because if he gets up into a technical warfare with Prajanchai, he loses every minute of that fight. So, yeah, let me know in the comments, please and gentlemen, who do you think is going to win that fight? Give me your thoughts. How? Drop it in the comments, and also don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. All right, I'm gonna move it on to the co-main event, which is another fighter that I am gassed up for. Kongthoranee versus Nong-O Hama in the flyweight Muay Thai division, and pretty much a title eliminator. We know Kongthoranee, Nong-O, he's the legend of legends when it comes to the one championship. Like, he's been in it for such a long time. Multiple champion, flyweight champion. He's now ranked number 5 in the bantamweight, a nice fight, and in flyweight, so there's a nice weight cut. But he's had titles in so many divisions. Currently 38 years old. Record in one championship is 11 wins, 3 losses, 0 no contests. He's got 4 wins by KO, 1 win by TKO with a 45% finishing rate. He's one win in the last 4. Okay, but that's also because he lost to fighters like Cameron Nabati, Carrillo, and those kind of guys, Nabil Anand. But he lost that fight by unanimous decision. But still, body of work speaks volumes. He's the kind of fighter that if you want to really like learn a lot and see where you're at in the pool of all these deadly killers of Muay Thai fighters, you want to fight someone like Nong-O Hama. Excuse me. Just like Prajanchai has just fought so many fights. He's got so much experience. Knows how to fight the fight in different avenues, and you can see if you go watch it, that even though he lost against Cameron Nabati, who's now at the moment probably one of the biggest, strongest fighters to dethrone some of these legends in this organization, go watch that fight back, and you'll see how Nong-O Hama hangs in there and takes you to the lessons, you know. So in this fight, Kongthoranee, as he's the up and comer, he's the one that's climbing up that ranks. I think he's currently ranked number 4, I'm not mistaken. Number 4 in the flyweight division, 28 years old. His record in one championship is also quite massive: 10 wins, 2 losses, 0 no contests. 3 wins by KO, 2 fight winning streak. He beat Nakarov in his last fight by unanimous decision, and before that, he was also on a 7-fight winning streak before losing to someone like Superleg. So that tells you also the body of work in Kongthoranee. He's kind of in that prime position now to take on someone like Nong-O. Beat someone like Nong-O, you definitely going there into the conversation of challenging fighters like Superleg and Rodang for that title. Excuse me, you know, Dennis Puric, Jacob Smith. You get to fight these guys and say, listen, if you beat them, you obviously get to fight for that title. The title is still vacant. So I think if he wins this fight here, he puts himself in a good chance to call out someone like Rodtang, because Rodtang's fighting against Takero in March. Come back from that fight, you need to fight for this flyweight title. Kongthoranee is your guy. Granted, he has to win this fight, obviously. So I don't think this fight plays out. I want Kongthoranee to win. I want him to go in there and continue to rise to the occasion and go for that title. And this is the fight that he has. Pardon me. This is the fight that he has to do to get to that spot. So I think if Kongthoranee remains competent enough, doesn't get sucked into a position where he's leaving himself overextended. We know that Nong-O Hama loves to throw those hard low kicks from either stance. He kicks both legs, by the way. But he obviously loves to throw from the orthodox stance. Chop the legs, chop the body, throw to the high kick, and that's Nong-O Hama's go-to. And he throws everything with ill intentions. And then obviously when they get close in, he loves to box as well. I think Kongthoranee loves to counter. I think if you check some of the Nong-O Hama's kicks, it keeps him a lot more and uses some boxing, because I think he's got the length advantage over Nong-O. I think he can stand a chance here. It's a tough order for him. Tough order. I think if Kongthoranee gets backed up into the corner, which is probably going to happen, look to counter with those elbows and get out laterally, move out of the way. Don't stay in the line of fire too long for Nong-O to do what he does best. Tough order, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this one. I'm struggling to really give a pick for this one, because I'm staring at the screen and I'm like, I'm struggling to see either one dominating. I think I see it very competitive. I see these guys going back and forth. Just going back and forth till the very end, and it's going to be a tight call for the judges. Really tight call for the judges. I don't think either guy is going to be knocking each other out. Kongthoranee is hungry, so I'm gonna put my vote on Kongthoranee to get the job done by a decision. But let me know in the comments, please. I'm struggling to have a pick for that one over there. All right, but let's move down the list, down the fight card, and we see a nice welterweight matchup between Hiroyuki Tetsuka versus Zhang Lepeng, and this is a fantastic fight because I like Zhang Lepeng. I think he's a very good fighter. I think he lost his last fight, if I'm not mistaken. So he's 34 years old. His record in the one championship is 3 wins, 2 losses, 9. That doesn't make any sense. Let me just double check that. I think I might have just put a typo in my notes. That is so silly. 3 losses. 3 wins, 2 losses, and 0 no contest. So it's not 9. Got 1 win by KO, 1 win by TKO, 67% finishing rate. He lost to Maurice Abebi by unanimous decision in his last fight, and he beat Timofey Natsukin by TKO before that. And I remember that fight very vividly. I thought, this is going to be a fight where someone's going to go to sleep quite early, and it looked like Zhang Lepeng. I thought he was going to lose, but he actually won that fight really well. So good job on that one. But losing to Maurice Abebi, I think Abebi was just too big for him, too powerful, too tall, just looked like a whole weight above, and it was a mismatch completely. Hiroyuki Tetsuka, 34 years old as well. Record in one championship is 6 wins, 2 losses, 0 no contests, 1 win by KO, 1 win by TKO, and 3 wins by submission. One of the best finishing rates in the one championship right now, 83%. He lost to Lisi Fetikufu by unanimous decision in the last fight, and he was on a 5-fight winning streak before that. Just a very, very good wrestler, very good jiu-jitsu specialist. So I think that's going to be the game plan for Hiroyuki. He's going to try and get the fight to the ground as quickly as possible, and where he's in his domain, and he kind of that's what he does best. People look for those chokes, look for those submissions, look to put people into a chess match on the ground. Where Zhang is probably going to want to keep it standing. His best chance is boxing. Fight always starts on the feet. It's classic Japan versus China. I want to go with Zhang Lepeng. I think he has the better chance on the stand-up. If he keeps the stand-up going, if he can not get into clinches and stuff the takedowns, which is obviously easier said than done, but if he gets that done really well, he stands a better chance of winning the fight. But I do think it's a tough order against someone like Hiroyuki, because he can wrestle and judo you at will. So practically and realistically, I'm going to go with Hiroyuki for the job here. I think he's just going to do exactly what he does best. and smother Zhang and then get the fight to the ground and just tap him out from there and get the finish. So yeah, let me know in the comments how you think it plays out. I think the welterweight is it's happy to see this fight taking place because I think the one championship does need to shake up that welterweight and also shake up the MMA roster in general. Just like let's get a lot more of these MMA fights so we can get the rosters moving, get more fighters in there, and continue to grow the MMA sport because there's so many kickboxers and Muay Thai guys. I think they're neglecting the MMA part of it. So it's nice to see. I mean, people like Fabricio and Raj is like, who do I fight next? You know what I mean? Which opponents do you have for me after this? So yeah, shake up this MMA. Granted, this card does have quite a bit of MMA fights, so that's really wonderful. And I'm looking forward to it. And speaking of MMA fights, we are going to go to the next bout, which I'm quite excited for. No, there's not an MMA one. Excuse me. So this one I'm excited for because Diego Paez, this is his debut. And if I'm not mistaken, memory serves me well. I don't know too much, but a little bit of research tells me that he's a fantastic Muay Thai specialist. He's got multiple titles. This guy he's just a killer. So I'm looking forward to it. And again, flyweight. So he wins here. You can definitely expect to see Diego fighting against some of the top contenders. He's taking on Sean Clamico. And if you watched Sean Clamico, his last fight, he took on Johan Estupinan. And Johan knocked him out, I think, in the first round. So Sean is the kind of fighter that kind of pushes the pace. He wants to stay in your face, make it a dog fight wild, establish some of the good boxing, but he keeps his head up quite high, which is not. That's how he pretty much got knocked out. So he's taking on someone that I'm not familiar with, but going off information, it looks like it's going to be the fight that sets up Diego for the one championship. So let me know what you think about that. I don't want to go into too much detail about how the fight's going to play out. I just personally feel that this fight is set up for Diego to put on a showing and then go put me in that top 5 rankings, just like what they did with Takeru when Takeru came over to the one championship. First fight in one championship, fight in Super League for a title. So it's like, you come in with, but Takeru is a mega star. He's obviously, he's a mega star, but Diego also seems to be a mega star. So let's see what happens. Let us know in the comments, please. All right, we're going to move on to the fight that really got me excited. Strawweight MMA, like I mentioned, this card just full of some MMA bouts. Lito Adiwang, one of the guys that I watched first when I introduced the One Championship. He's 31 years old. His record in the One Championship is 9 wins, 3 losses, 0 no contests. He's got 1 win by KO, 3 wins by TKO, and 1 win by sub. 56% finishing rate, 3-fight winning streak. He beat Daniel Williams by unanimous decision in his last fight. He's taking on Kito Yamakita, 28 years old. His record in the One Championship is 3 wins, 1 loss, 0 no contest. He's got 1 win by sub, 2-fight winning streak. He beat Yosuke Saruta by split decision. This is going to be a fantastic fight because Lito Adiwang, when I started watching the One Championship, was just on a tear, beating everybody, just doing the best of the best, knocking out people, strong wrestling, just doing really well. And there was a moment where he got injured and then he was gone for a while and he came back nice, climbing his rankings again. Kato is beast. He's a beast. I've seen him fight before and I'm a fan of his style. He's ranked number 4 in this division. So, this is a good fight for Lito. If he can get the job done here, he can jump into that top 5 rankings. Kato, good wrestler. Very, very good wrestler, strong on the ground, very competent on the feet, very safe when he's on the feet. Takes the fight to the ground and does his best work there. He has 1 loss in the One Championship, and that loss came to South Africa's own Bukang Masunyane. And I remember watching that fight as well. And Bukang was just better, faster on every avenue. But Kito is the kind of fighter that once he gets into the ground, he's so comfortable there. It's just going to be one of those fights where you don't want to stay there long enough before he sinks in one of those submissions. So for Lito, if he keeps the fight standing and relies on those power, deep kick, keep the distance, push out the jab, keep your hips as far away as possible, throw out some right hands every time Yamakita wants to enter the void, throw out a very strong right hand, make him rethink that entry again. And just keep the fight moving from side to side. Laterally move around because he can't really shoot on you. And if he does jumping knee, upward knee, make it difficult for Kito to want to take the fight to the ground. Then he stands a very good chance. This is a high level fight, top five contendership going on here. And I'm gonna go with Lito again. This is the guy I always thought was that close to that title. So Lito Adiwang, go in there and show why you were one of the top contenders for so long. And it'll be nice to see this fight play out the way I think it does. But I also wouldn't be surprised if Kato shows up, because when I have seen him fight, dude shows up. Dude shows up really well. So let me know in the comments who do you think gets the job done there. Like I said, I think Lito Adiwang is the one that's going to do it. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on that one. All right, let's go to the next fight on the fight card. We see another MMA bout in bantamweight between Jeremy Paketi. Paketi, I'm saying it right. Number 5 bantamweight MMA, 28 years old, record in one championship. What is his record in one championship? It's quite a big record in one championship. 3 wins, 1 loss. 3 wins, 1 loss. He beat Wang Sugo by sub in his last fight. Back-to-back subs, by the way. Shuo, back-to-back subs, by the way. And he's very, very good at wrestling, very good at striking as well. Powerful fighter. I think he's really good at what he does. He's taken on a very vibrant newcomer to the one championship in Ibrahim Tawev. He's obviously a newcomer, but he looked fantastic in his last fight. 24 years old, 1-0. He beat Mark Abelardo by unanimous decision. And in that fight, he looked fantastic. He looked out to navigate the fight really well. Good wrestling defense, fantastic striker, very elusive. Got those jumping knees. So he's always going to look to be as creative as possible to keep Jeremy thinking twice about what he needs to do. Which Jeremy obviously wants to go in there, powerhouse, maybe even take Ibrahim down and just out wrestle him. Really good fight, really good matchup for both these guys. I think if Ibrahim gets the job done here, he beats the top 5 contender. It obviously catapults you a bit higher up in the division. Bantamweight MMA, like I mentioned earlier, Fabricio Andrade is looking for someone new. So both these guys are obviously going to have to put on a fantastic show here to say, listen, let me get that fight back, or let me get 1-1 ill. You know what I'm saying? It'll be nice to see something like that happen. But I'm gonna not give my personal prediction for the fight. I don't know. I'm not too familiar. I've only seen Ibrahim fight once. Jeremy, I've only seen him fight once, and I thought he was a very good wrestler. So let's see. Ibrahim is very difficult to take down and to keep him there. So we have to see how this fight plays out. Let me know in the comments who do you think gets the job done there. But Ibrahim, for me, is probably going to win that fight. All right, we keep it moving to a rematch between two fantastic bantamweight practitioners. Felipe Lobo, 31 years old. He just fought for the title not too long ago. Record in the one championship is 3 wins, 3 losses, 0 no contest. 1 win by KO. 2-fight losing streak, unfortunately. He lost to Nabil Anan in his last fight by unanimous decision. Before that, obviously, he lost to former champion Jonathan Haggerty. So there was a time where Felipe Lobo was actually at the top of that food chain for a while. Just think about what his rankings look like here. Bantamweight Muay Thai. So bantamweight Muay Thai, we have Felipe Lobo is not in the top 5 anymore. We got dropped out of that top 5, but he's just underneath that top 5 record, a top 5 position. So I think he's a fantastic fighter. I think Felipe Lobo's got power. Sometimes he relies a lot on just letting those boxing combinations go and doesn't set it up with some good tips, some good low kicks. Faking his opponent into a void position where he can kind of throw those hands going. He just hunts very quickly, and sometimes it doesn't work out in his favor. Look, in the first fight when he fought Semapek, I think Felipe Lobo knocked him out. Beautiful elbow, just finished the fight very quickly. Semapek, 30 years old. I thought he was a lot older than that. He was another fighter who brought me to the one championship. When I saw him fight, I was like, hey, this guy is also a killer. And then he got stopped by Prajanchai, and I thought, okay, wait, let me first hold up a little bit. But Semapek record in the one championship is 9 wins, 6 losses, 0 no contest, 3 wins by KO, 1 win by TKO, 44% finishing rate. He's lost to Nico Carrillo by TKO in his last fight. But Nico was beasting him. But in this fight, it's a rematch. Usually rematches are in favor of the person that lost the first time, but that sometimes doesn't always be the case. The person that won the first fight can sometimes also level up just as much as the contender that lost the first time. So how does this fight playing out? I think Semapek, what he can do differently in this one is not be as patient as he was in the first one, because Felipe Lobo brought the fire very quickly at him. I think Semapek can kind of match fire with fire. He goes first, a little bit quicker, maybe use that deep kicks to establish some of these entries, take away Felipe Lobo's some gas tank, and then set up that high kick. It would be very good to see him do something like that. So Lobo is obviously going to come and try and outbox him again. So I think Semepek can not be as defensive as he was in that first round, that first fight, and meet Felipe Lobo in the center. I think he stands a very good chance because that's how Jonathan Nagady beat Lobo. That's how Nabil Anand beat Lobo. They didn't give him a chance to start this offense. They pushed him back from the first minute and had him fighting off the back foot, and he didn't enjoy that. So I think Semepek has to meet him in the center and push him backwards. Have him fight with that back foot. It's a very good chance. Use some elbows. Then I think he gets the job done. But previously, Semepek has been on a downward spiral. He's been losing quite often. It's hard to come back. I'm still gonna go with Felipe Lobo in this job. I think he's gonna win the fight again by a stoppage. So let's go, Brazil. All right. Now I'm just gonna go through the rest of the card. I didn't put too much notes for the rest of the remainder of the card, but I'll touch base on it a little bit. Jeremy Miyado versus Gilbert Nakatani. That's a very good flyweight scrap. These guys are obviously fighting for their ranking spot in that division of the MMA. Let me just look at the flyweight MMA. Here we go. So Jeremy Miyado is just outside of that top 5. Gilbert Nakatani. Who did he fight last? Just double check there. He fought Yuya Wakamatsu. Close fight with Yuya Wakamatsu. He didn't do half bad at all, but I think Jeremy, what he does differently to Yuya is Jeremy doesn't just want to wrestle you. Yuya wants to knock you out. He wants to put you away. He wants the fight to be like one of those chaotic kind of fights all the time, and that's what I like about Jeremy Miyado. I think you can go in and push the pace on Gilbert. Gilbert Nakatani is obviously going to try and wrestle because that's what he does really well. Look to kind of strike, but everything if he's going to want to strike, he's going to get mismatched against Jeremy. Jeremy's going to outbox him, outstrike him. I think the power advantage is on Nakatani, but I don't think he is as elusive as Jeremy is. So I'm going to go Jeremy Miyado to get the job done there and then get back into that top 5 rankings. I'm not too familiar with Carla Bumina Ang. I'm not mistaken, he's a household name. The guy's he's been fighting in the one championship before. His last fight, he lost to Ang Ogil Baturku by submission. Oh yes, I think I did watch that fight. Yeah, but prior to that, Carlo was literally on a tear. He was on a 5-fight winning streak, literally just beating everybody. So yeah, man, he's 30 years old. Need to see how this fight plays out. It's another MMA bout. So that's what I'm most intrigued by in this card, is that there's a lot of MMA fights. So we're obviously going to see a lot of shakeups for the MMA rosters of the One Championship. Then we have Gabriel Souza taking on Gianni Grippo in a featherweight grappling match. And Gabriel Souza, his debut fight was against Darth Rigatoni, Mikey Musumeci. And he got tapped out in that fight, and there was some bad blood in that fight. Gabriel Souza looks like he's a really good grappler. I haven't seen Gianni, so I'm quite amped to see this fight. I'm always amped to see the grapplers go. So let's see how it plays out. I'm not going to give a pick there, just because the one fighter is very unknown to me. So I will reserve my opinion for that one. And then the opening bout was a little bit of an opponent change. Alif fighting out of Seoul, Japan. He was supposed to fight against Thong Poon. Unfortunately, Thong Poon didn't make it. So now he's got a new opponent in Shamil Abdukov. As you can see on screen, he doesn't have a picture. I don't think he's got any fights in the One Championship. I think this is his debut. Yep, this is his debut. Alif is a fantastic fighter. Nice and tall, fast. Pardon me, very creative. He's got good knees. Very good fighter to watch. So let's see how this fight plays out. He's fighting against a foreigner. He's fighting against someone that's unfamiliar to him. So it's always a scary thing to do when you're taking on someone you're not familiar with. You don't have tape to watch on them. So all we can do is really wish the best for Alif. So let me know in the comments who do you think gets the job done there. That's all my time, ladies and gentlemen. You can catch this event on Prime Video. It is One Fight Night 28 live on Prime Video, as well as the YouTube page of One Championship. It is taking place this Saturday, the 8th of February at 3 a.m. South African time. Yes, if you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. What you can expect for the remainder of this week, we are going to be doing the UFC 312 as well as the UFC parlay. It's coming out Wednesday and Thursday. I am not going to do a video for One Friday Fight 96, but you can expect One Friday Fight 96. Let me just bring it up on screen for you quickly. there you go. The card details are not out just yet, but you can expect this fight card this Friday at 2:30 as usual on the One Championship YouTube page. It's going to be an amazing fight. It's going to be an amazing fight card. But I'm not going to be doing a full breakdown of that. But you will see a recap on Saturday of both these two events, one Fight Night 28 as well as one Friday Fight 26. We'll be doing the recap of that on Saturday, and then we'll be doing a live for UFC's 312 on Sunday, and then you can stay in tune for that live. You'll also catch the recap shortly thereafter of that event. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is my time. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you like our content, and you can catch myself and the boys, as I mentioned, for those episodes that's going to come up later this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support, and you will catch us then. Cheers.